Thanks for staying with us. So, as you know, Fridays we discuss celebrity gist, and today we're going to be taking lessons from the Idibia family story, which Annie Macaulay Idibia posted herself. According to her, she called out her husband Two-Faced Idibia for defying their marital vows and spending nights together with one of his ex-lovers and baby mamas, Pero. According to her, your baby mamas constantly use your children as an excuse for all sorts of rubbish. Now, Two-Face's brother and sister-in-law have also come out to drag Annie in different ways. Now, we are concerned and would like to let you know your thoughts on this. Now, as usual, I'll get the ladies' initial comments on the story, and we pack the family story because our job is also to talk about people's family members. But we'll take out this scenario and see how we can look at it in different perspectives, and that's the focus of today's show. You can call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948. You can also send us messages on YouTube and on Facebook. We'll be happy to read your messages. So let's start with your initial thoughts. So this is a woman who is married to a man who she knows has baby mamas. And the allegation is that when you took your children to Walt Disney during summer, you got a room, you got a house or a flat, and then you stayed with your baby mama who you're not married to, with the kids and all that. And she felt that was offensive. And then she took it out on social media. Of course, family members were now going back and forth, bringing up our own dirty linens and all that. Now, what are your thoughts, your initial thoughts on this? And then let me come to BC first.
Okay, so the story was a bit too messy for me. There were different angles popping up on social media. So the brother-in-law accused her of bringing up a case that happened pre-COVID. That's, according to him, the Disney incident happened pre-COVID. And why is she bringing it out now? Accused her of bringing her mom in the house. They are trying to, manipulate and do all sorts of things in that house, And she went back to tell them that, that this guy you people are trying to, everybody's just, putting their problems on him. He's actually sick. And you people are trying to drain him, talked about how they should have been more understanding and how they can pick up jobs so that they are not, putting their burden on him. And I was just going, and there was something I saw recently that said, who caused this generation to bring all their dirty linen in public? Why can't we sort out this as a family? Why can't we have the conversations? The most painful part for me was even Annie's brother, who did another video, saying that he has disowned her, he has nothing to do with her. And I'm wondering, at what point do you now go outside to... I used to think that as a family, outside, if people insult us, we would pull hands together and fight those outsiders because they are outsiders. When we come inside, we handle our mess. That's what I thought. But to have a brother come out in the midst of all of this, so everybody is actually angry as we speak. And then you come out to say you are no longer, I just feel it's too messy. And I'm beginning to ask myself, why do we have to put out all this on social media?
Abi?
Nima, let me come to your initial thoughts.
Social media, so for all of them, everybody, starting from Annie, the brother-in-law, the sister-in-law, her brother, I think they're all immature and people who seriously need help. Because whatever happens online stays online.
For life. Somebody will Google it,
it starts to come up. Just Googling this story and finding it interesting. The paper of sparse with Annie, the public fights, the club and all of that fight came up. So everything that happens online stays online. This is not something that should have been addressed online. But for the marital issue, I think Annie, this is not because she's a woman now, but because she started the online, she took it out. I blame her. I think that you married your husband, you know him. You marry these people, you know them. There are better ways to resolve issues. Sometimes you compromise one. Because they had to now start dragging her mom. I would hate to see someone, because of my actions, take out my family, bring them out in public. I think it's something I would do everything to avoid. So I expect more from her. I think more responsibility to, think holistically about your actions and think, how will it affect other people? Because now we're hearing, accusations, slanders, and defamation, and people going at her mom in ways that, even if sorry happens tomorrow, we can't wipe it away.
Let me come to
the brother. I wanted to land on this brother. They always say in Yoruba culture that ilé tó bá tòrò ọmọ àlebẹ̀ ò tí dàgbà ni. You know, this is the behavior of because Annie is your blood. You can fall out with your siblings. In fact, fall out if you want to fall out. Sometimes I'll tell my siblings, I don't want to see you people again. If you come to my house, my younger brother will come to my house and will not do chores. I will say some things to him. I will say, okay, go. But I will go and look for my brother. It's my blood. You can call him, or you make a video without unsolicited. This wasn't an interview. This wasn't you and what's his name, the guy everybody's having interviews sessions with now. It's not you took out a video and you want to talk to your sister.
He's an adult. He can do whatever he wants.
He's an adult, but it is the wrongest thing to do.
Let me come to Mariam, because it seems as if from this story, Annie can't win. So this is a woman, according to, has been with him all his life, even while he had nothing. She started from the beginning. And she's watched him have baby mamas left, right, and center. Still through that, she stayed there and tried to be a good wife, the best she can. And she's still trying to win. But this happens, and it's almost as if, with all my sacrifice, do you think this whole thing is being fair on Annie? Or would you agree with Nima that you blame her for this whole thing, for putting it out in the social media in the first place?
You know, one thing is that with pain, sometimes you become irrational. And I'm sure wherever she is now, she'll be unhappy what the backlash is, you know, on her, on her family, even the two-face that she was talking about, she was feeling bad about. But, you know, when I was growing up, sometimes when I would fight with my younger ones, or they would do something to me and I finally lash out, it used to hurt me when my mom would sit me down and say, you should have been the bigger man, 2 wrongs don't make you right. And I used to get so upset. Why is it that when people do things to me, I have to always be the one to hold on, and then when I finally just show you people just a little of what I can do, everybody gets angry. But from what I've seen now, I now understand why. So if Annie made the first mistake of coming out, there was no one around her that could have said, stop. Now everybody now comes out of the woodworks. Even me, I have something to say. Meaning what? We know where she is coming from a place of pain. Nobody wants to be sitting down somewhere and know that their husband is in another woman's house. Please, paint it however you want to paint it. As a married woman, you have your husband. He goes out of the country for holiday. It's okay. He's gone with his children. It's acceptable. Probably even did a video call, have fun, and then they heard that while you were there, you were with another woman. Because whether we like it or not, she's the baby mama. She's not married to him. There's a relationship. There's a boundary that is meant to be there. You can have a decent, respectful relationship as a baby mama with your baby father and also with the wife at home. After all, she's not the only baby mama. There's another one. And yet there's a better relationship there because there's respect. They understand boundaries. But when you have thrown boundaries away, what would you want the woman to do? Now the woman has made a mistake of coming out. I just expected that the rest of the family would have called her aside. You shouldn't have done that. Someone should have been even magnanimous enough to bring out a statement and say, please give us privacy at this time. We're going through blah, 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 as we're handling this as a family. Not everybody coming out and be throwing things and throwing stones. Not right.
So, you know, nobody wins when we go outside.
Exactly.
Nobody wins. So, no, it's like me. Okay, for instance now, my husband traveled with the kids away for 2 weeks. And I hear that there's somebody who sneaked into one of the rooms. You think I'll come and tell you people? I won't. I will handle him. I will fight that battle, whether on my knees or anyhow I want to fight it. It's when I'm done with the battle, I may now whisper to you people as my girls. See what happens. Not when it's happening. Because, first of all, we need to understand that every action has its reaction.
Okay, I'm going to go on a break. Nima, because, listen, I want us to be as real as possible. This is a man that has women. You see, you are married to a man that has baby mamas. Somebody will say, what do you expect?
How?
As I said earlier, at some point we're going to leave the man issue and then take out the crux of the matter. But I was going to say that when you're married to somebody, you suffered with somebody all through his life. You've been there from the beginning. When you were 15, he was 24. You guys have been through you've been the ground up with him. Now, you now have about 2 baby mamas, I think, or 2 or 3 baby mamas in the picture. As a woman, do you expect the man to be 100% faithful? Is that too much to ask for? Is that possible for this man who has multiple baby mamas? Should we expect him to be faithful? That's the question. Then it comes to you, Nima.
I think expecting of him is like a wild goose chase or wishful thinking. It's too much. So accept him the way he is. You were dating him at 15, but you didn't marry him at 15. There was a pattern to him, to his loyalty. Is he the kind of man who, at that time, was focused on you, only you and nobody else? This is a man who had 3 children by the time you were married.
And
I think after you were married, that was when the last one for Quero came. He had another one. He's a polygamist.
Oh.
Accept it or not. That you forced, I'm not saying you forced, I'm not saying she forced, but I'm saying, but the fact that you were able to get him to sign a certificate doesn't mean
not getting. He must have.
No, I'm not saying.
But however, it has got him to that point.
Nigerians like to do wedding, but most Nigerian men know that their wedding, they're just signing. Their nature is different. I'm saying the most let them come out, the one that have signed, most of them. You know, the fact that he has signed for you doesn't mean that you have groomed him or giving him back, trained him again, transformed his mind, taking away his nature. So, because he is who he is, I think the people around, because Miriam was saying the people around, because I have people around me, they cooked me up. The people around Annie should have cooked her up on the possibilities of these kind of things. Oh. So you are backed up with either forgiving, your own strategy,
or ignoring.
You choose your battles, and life can just be easy because you see this small head where we get. Of all our body is small.
So you're saying that she should have prepared her mind for times like this.
Times like this.
And not get hurt.
Because this is not the first time. And this reaction is the same. This is not the first. They've had a club fight, herself and Quero. You know, this is not this reaction cannot continue to be the same. You cannot continue to allow that be predictable. You know, to what you consider your other...
Unfortunately, I want to agree with Nima today. Because the thing is paining me to agree, but she has just laid out the facts. People don't change. We always have these high expectations. We're not the Holy Spirit. We can't transform the heart of man. Someone who has built a pattern to his 20s, his 30s, is difficult to change. What is even most painful is you were there when these baby mamas happened. You were there. So if you were not there and he had gotten the baby mamas and then you came into the picture, it's a different thing. You cannot start demanding, you know, respect and all that, but you were there. So it was happening under your nose. And I don't know how that relationship worked, whether you people will break up and then it happens and you come back, or you were still there and you were just hearing the news that it was happening. But what I want to say is, now that you have married, shouldn't the man at least try to give you that respect as a woman? Shouldn't that man at least try to honor you? You have been, see, we need to be real. It's painful. You have been through all that with him. You are raising those children with him. Shouldn't he at least give you that small respect? Yeah. Even if he wants to do something else, why can't he go outside? Why that same baby mama? Why?
Outside now.
No, so that's the issue. So I want us to pack an Idibia, Innocent Idibia, all of them. Let's not refer to that again. Let's take out this issue of you're married to somebody who has multiple baby mamas. Now, as a woman, how do you manage that relationship? No, let me start with the man. As the man, knowing that you're committed to this person by this document, but maybe your heart and feelings is for this other person too. How do you manage it? Do you have a heart-to-heart talk and say, listen, yes, we are married, but this person is in my life? Or how do you play it out as a man? So that nobody gets hurt because someone isn't hurt.
Just tell the truth. I'm a polygamist and I want to marry several wives.
That's not illegal.
Oh, they do it now. Everything we discuss, there's nothing new under the sun. There are some people, they give them that special treatment. It's a gift to you. I will go to court with you. I will go to the registry with you. Because you are special. Special in the sense that maybe legally some of the things you make those decisions. But everything else that happens, I will do with the other women. Some women are aware from the very beginning. And you hear now, Nigerian movies, I'm the legal wife. So you don't hold that one on your shoulder because they have put you on a tiny pedestal, they have separated you. Now there's another one where you have said, see, all these things have passed away. I'm with you now. And then you now go back. Now you are the one that you are the one lying.
Exactly.
If you know that you cannot, because also, let's not just blame people who have baby mamas. There are people that don't have baby mamas. They're still outside now.
Abio.
So the thing is, betrayals will happen.
So would you categorize this as a betrayal?
If the agreement was all these are passed away and you are my legal wife and I'm committed to you
now
and we're in a monogamous relationship, that's it. But if that was not the agreement from the beginning and he says to you, sis, this is how we're doing it, I will always be in their lives. And I really like her, she likes me, and things may happen. Some people have been told that, and they know from the beginning. So if that was not the case, then he has betrayed her trust. And when you betray somebody's trust, the person has every right to feel hurt by it.
I'm sorry that we have to bring some facts. He visited his children. She said he slept in the house. She don't get the house to sleep where see where he sleep. If you sleep for couch, you come.
No.
See, if he promises you...
That's a possibility. He slept on the couch.
Wait now, if he promises you to be in a monogamous relationship with you, does he make him take away his fathering his children? He must be in his children's lives. And you must let certain limits happen.
All of us will go together
Wait now. For instance, they might say, okay, because you are not secure about him going to visit children visit daddy, and you are still not secure. You know that that's not happening. Women, wait now. Nigerian women, sometimes when Yale children visit, you will do food. Why gave us a story? You will do food, you will do special food. You will serve plate, you will serve special plate amongst the children of the same man. If you want, choose the one you want to deal with.
That one is different.
But we know this is. Are we going to deny this insecurity?
That's not me. I don't know.
It's not today's story, but we know stepmothers.
Okay, but
we know some who cannot handle this. This is their insecurities. One insecurity you will choose because you are insecure about the baby mama. You are insecure about the baby child. There's a link between him and that person forever.
Okay,
you have to deal with
there's also the responsibility of the baby mama too. Shouldn't she also respect that this man is no more in my life? Because she woman to woman matter. I should respect you, women, because we shouldn't be the one hurting each other in this situation.
Women, are you the one saying this one? Women naturally love to hurt other women.
That's not true.
No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, some of us here may be different, but it's because it's a process. We are still understanding ourselves and following up and, developing ourselves to that point where we are genuine. But naturally, a woman who has a baby for a man always feels that's the link to enter this man at any time. And when they're exchanging words, they say it. They say, I don't born for him. I go enter any time where I want. They have that mentality.
Except the man clearly breaks away from that woman. So that former woman, that baby mama, this man will say, this relationship we had, now only picking will join us.
Yes.
But in this case,
there's no clear breaking away.
No, it's not the case.
No, it's not the case. It's definitely not the case. The only reason why that woman will have the audacity and the confidence to appear and reappear constantly in that person's life is because that person has
no boundary.
Yes. So this man has not drawn the line.
Yes. And he's unwilling to.
He's enjoying it.
Now that we have admitted that he's unwilling to, and you are married, should that still be an issue after how many years?
Should you accept that fact that my husband has not willingly divorced his mind from this person?
But let me accept
this situation of his unwillingness
the answer would be, when this comes up and he goes back to his wife, does he say, oh, I've made another mistake, I did not mean it? Or does he say to her, this is something that is going to be part of our lives forever? One thing is that there's a way they will behave outside. When they go home, there's a way they tell the wife outside what happened. She seduced me. I was on my own, and then she called me, and then she made me do something. She hit my leg, and then I fell down on top of her.
We're going to break. So are we saying that the man involved is a weak man?
No.
It's true now, because a man who is a strong man would not sleep in that house.
No. He wants to sleep in the house.
Yeah, assuming that this was.
He wants to sleep in the house.
He's a strong man that can do that. A weak man that does not like wahala will run away. Please, I'm too weak for this wahala. For a strong man, let's go. I will face it in front.
I will explain to my wife later.
Let's go on a break. I'm confused now. Thanks. We're still discussing this very, very highly complex issue, family matters. And we haven't discussed the issue, we were talking before the break, the issue of the other woman, the fact that we expect some sort of decency, decorum from that other woman, knowing that this man that you have 3 children for, is committed legally to somebody else. How should you distance yourself from that person? What role as a woman should you respectfully play in that kind of scenario? That's one angle. And we've not touched on the angle of the family. I mean, it's quite painful that even when all this came out, family members are going back and forth. So yes, you said earlier that it's wrong for a woman to bring out her dirty linens in social media. But unfortunately, when the family don't even back you up, it makes it even worse. So how does the family handle these kinds of situations? So I'll come to you, Nima, on the issue of the woman, yes.
Okay, so I always say it all the time, I respect, and I would love that, they respect each other. I would love, but these 2 people have been cat and mouse relationship forever. They seem to be unable to see eye to eye. Whenever you see Annie and any other of Two-Face's children, I just need to put this one out there, you will see the other woman, not Pero's children. So it seems like they are unable to meet. Yeah. But this woman in question 2 has refused to move on. The other woman married, but she's still unmarried. So probably the emotions are still very high for the man. So she's still very emotionally married to this man.
Ew.
So the case here is a case of who first, how would we put the Yali and the Yawo position? Is it who first born or who first come? Because as it is now, these 2 women are very important to this man. Whether they like it or not, both of them must find a middle ground to meet eye to eye.
So are we saying that this is a polygamous relationship? Because it's not supposed to be.
But that's how
from what it's looking like, you're saying that it's a polygamous relationship where a woman involved should accept that, okay, this man has 3 children, this woman has 3 children, her husband. Let me just accept that she's wife too. There's nothing I can do about that. Is that what we're saying here?
Because this battle goes into inheritance, whether you like it or not. Ew. A woman that means this situation and she born for your husband, she's ready for you. If the man died tomorrow, you want to claim anything.
Should we claim something too now?
So a man who is, when you asked about what the man does, the men that I saw growing up, what they did, wise men, is to create a trust. Reassure the outside woman, her own place. Give her some reassurances. Give the one inside their reassurances. When all those fears of materialism is taken care of, they will be calming down on who owns who. And who is Mr. Who? That's
okay, I'll come to you. Take this call. Good morning, Engineer Debisi. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Good
morning.
Yeah, for years I've always wanted to call your view, but I'm successful today.
Fantastic.
So I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yes. What about Tope?
She's out of the country right now. Yes.
Okay, that's good. Yes, Nima, I like your opinion on issues. You're always very, very frank. It's as if you always say my mind. I don't know why. These are name of a woman. Yeah. The Ugochukwu Botu is not bad. Likewise, Mary and Lunge.
With the analysis.
Yeah, and our Oga, Morayo Avolabi Brown, very brilliant. I really thank God for all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, regarding today's topic.
Yes.
Today's topic, very, very interesting. I don't believe that Idibia wife, she's not sincere to herself. Women deceive themselves a lot. Except my mother, women deceive themselves a lot. A man that has been having relationship, giving birth to children, you will come today and change him. You are a fool. No, let's be very realistic. How possible? See, sex is the biggest worship in life. Once you have entered a woman, you can enter that woman forever.
Hey.
The best thing is you don't see again physically. That is just it. That's why some people, when they get married to their wife, they take their wife from that location to another place. Because as far as he's seen our old people, except it becomes so ugly or something happened to her, whoever is a friend forever. You guys knows it. Check your mind.
Yeah. Thank
So
you.
how can the wife say Idibia that we all know, who has been like this all his life, a celebrity or whatever you people call their sort, will change today? Oh, you are the Holy Spirit, Abby.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. DBC, for your views on this.
So okay.
Just to remind Nigerians that with the word fool, it can be strong. In Nigeria, the way we see fool is a bad word, but dictionary-wise, it's a person who acts unwisely. So it's based on how the context and how it's used, but we don't want to insult anybody here. But yes, let's move on.
I wanted to talk about, you know, when I watch Oyibo films, I see when a marriage or relationship between the baby mama and the baby daddy, when they want to co-parent, which is what I see that they are trying to replicate, is that you have the children, whoever is handling the children, then when it's time to see the other person, you take the children to that place and you excuse yourself. So you are not in under the same roof with your baby mama or baby daddy. If it's Saturdays, weekends that they pick up the children and then they bring them back. If you have to attend school ceremonies and everything, you can attend together and then you leave. But when it comes to having to stay under one roof for whatever reason, I think it's disrespectful to the person in the house, especially if you have not had conversations on how this is done. There's this Oyibo actor that co-parents, public figure, I think it's the Smiths or something. When they want to do that sort of travel, they all travel together. Yes, they travel together, the Yale and the second. Yes, they all go on vacation together. So you are seeing everything is clear. It's about transparency. It's about honesty. It's about integrity. You have a pattern already that it's easy for people not to trust you. And then you keep putting yourself in the same situations and circumstances to further prove that you cannot be trusted. I think we need to be real in these relationships. Let us make it plain. Are you accepting this person as a second? And this is it. This person must be here. Anytime she comes, I'll give her access. Let her know. If she knows, she won't go outside quarreling. No. I don't think she will.
So if we remember the Diana, Camilla, Prince Charles story, in this kind of situation where Camilla's always been in the picture, but he married Princess Diana. These are real life situations where we have to face it and know what the demons are. Who am I fighting? Yeah. So do I want to fight this person till the day I die? Or do I want to accept the excesses, the negativity, that this person will be in the picture whether I like it or not? Yeah. Because I want peace of mind. At the end of the day,
it has happened.
My mom is 75 years old, and even my mother-in-law, when I see them, I realize that when you are old, what you want is peace of mind.
I'm telling you.
At the end of the day, after all the
I'm telling
you just want
level
peace
that I have
of mind.
It's
even peace me. I'm
looking for now.
So, wow, as a woman, where do you start saying, you know what, I want peace of mind. I don't need this.
Diana's case is even multiply complicated because there was a standard that the situation she found herself required of her. Even though, what's his name, Charles wasn't like that. But she had some commitments that doubly complicated her situation. Yeah. But she comported herself better.
Let me take Moyo that comes to Mara. Moyo, are you there, Moyo?
Yeah, I'm here. Good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I have similar experience.
Okay.
But I'm not married.
Okay.
When I told my dad about a particular man I met, he's divorced, but he has a baby. He told me, and I was grateful for his honesty and integrity. He told me, can you handle it? So I spoke with my dad, and I agree with the previous caller. Men are more honest when they decide to say the truth. So my dad said, as long as that child is here, she will always be an instrument or avenue for the woman to enter, whether you like it or not. And you can never separate a child from the mother or the father. So wherever he wants to do anything, you always be the second person. He's the child first. And that woman will always take advantage of that situation. Is this what you want? Choose your battles.
Ew. Thank you, Moyo. Yes,
So
ma'am.
that was what my father told me. I had to sleep on it for days. It was painful because I'm in my 30s to say a man should go. And I really want to get married. So my father was now telling me that it is not about getting married, it's about staying married.
Ew.
Everybody, the wedding is the beginning. It's just like doing matric. The work starts after the wedding. Forget wedding. That's not the issue. That's not the priority. That's number one. Then number two, when you have family friction, social media is not the next place to go. Social media audience are only going to be entertained. They don't solve any issue.
Yes,
they're always taking sides. And moreover, Two-Face is a celebrity. They don't know his character inside the house. They only know the celebrity stuff outside. So naturally, they'll be like, my favorite musician. They'll want to take his time without knowing the nitty-gritty of what is going on inside the house. So whatever, and though I'm not siding anybody, though maybe another issue is that maybe I did not tell anybody to beg to, maybe one very close, trusting friend, or a confidant, or a mother. There should be a mother in your family, or a big sister or auntie that should say, calm down. Look at these issues. There should be a church mommy or something like that. So a deacon or
Right. Thank you so much, Moyo. Thank you very much, Moyo. Yes, Mary, you're going to say something for the break.
Yeah, you were saying wanting peace of mind, and I understand, that we all want peace of mind. And usually that's why we pick our partners. We want to have peace of mind within the marriage with our partners. We want to give each other peace of mind. So I don't think anyone is going to a marriage to fight each other. That's not the aim of that marriage. But the lack of peace of mind comes where people betray each other's trust, where you betray, when you do not keep to the promise that you say you would keep. So I did not come in here to cause war, but you have betrayed my trust. And you have done it consistently over time, and it does not seem like you're really sorry and you're about to change, and that's where it comes in. In seeking peace of mind, we must also acknowledge that we have done wrong. We have also need to take steps to, to make up for the wrong that we have done. In this particular case, this woman is on a journey for me to seek her own peace of mind. And in doing that, first she will face the problem right in front of her. You, Mr. Man, you're the one causing me my problem. And right now, on this journey to wherever I'm going, I am deeply hurt. And, because I heard that there were some responses to her, oh, this happened pre-COVID. Hello. I don't know how, because it happened pre-COVID, then the event and how I should feel should just disappear. It takes some time. So for me, if you want peace of mind, then be true to your words, be true to your commitments and everything. And when you have done wrong, truly apologize for it, and then have a conversation with whoever it is you're in a relationship with, and you move on. You cannot get peace of mind by just assuming that, oh, because I'm a man, a woman should understand that men are not honest. I feel that men should even be insulted when every time people just put a blanket statement that all men are like this. There are some men that have various relationships with women, ex-wives and everything, and they have kept, and they have made, created boundaries, and they have maintain decent, committed relationships. Why does everything have to be that men just do that?
Hassan, are you there from Lekki? Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Look, we are repeating one thing at the same time all the time. You see, my sympathy goes to that woman. I sympathize with her so much. And secondly, I sympathize to the husband of that baby mama, because the way I'm seeing him is so married. Her mind is somewhere while she's living somewhere.
She's not married. She's not married.
That's it.
The baby mama is not.
She's not married.
And let me just tell you one thing again. You see, this kind of an issue is coming up because of the money and the fame involved. What kind of audacity is that? Because you have children with the woman, then you went on vacation in the same place and you are sleeping in the room of your baby mama. That is an abomination.
Yes, it can be 3 bedrooms.
You understand?
Yes,
you
sir.
see, and one thing came to fall here. You will see men, me as a man, you will see men get married to a woman that this one is peaceful. She's good as a housewife. Why this one is good in bed? Let them continue with her as a baby mama.
Ew.
That is the typical case of what we are seeing now. But what is bad is bad. For her to voice out her anger is justified. Let her say it. If you don't go, if you are ready to marry baby mama, take her in.
Yeah.
But you
Exactly.
cannot.
Thank you, Hassan. Let me talk about the, I'll come to
Cleaning
comments
mouths.
now. Let's talk about the court of social media, because the fact that we bring issues here, so I know this is the 21st century, and obviously we want to vent, things happen, and you feel like nobody wants to, you've not been heard, you want to be heard. So you come on social media, it's our new life and new way of doing things. But the issue of family, many homes today have issues with family. Either your husband's family don't like you, you don't like them. We are all kind of just managing it.
Each other.
Maybe you hate your mother-in-law, she hates you. We all kind of just manage it within that sphere of our home. But bringing that matter on social media, yes, there's a matter with you and your husband and baby mama, that one is separate, but saying that your family doesn't like me or stuff like bringing family matters. Now, the question therefore is that women obviously naturally go through these kind of emotions. Should we now resolve to social media to vent? Because sometimes when you are going through a lot in the family, it's because you don't have anybody to talk to that you're busting out. But social media sometimes can be therapeutic, where I've said it out and I've said it, and you feel better about it.
You know,
So do you think that, I mean, it's a good thing to bring out these issues that we manage in our homes out on social media?
if you want to vent, I've said it here before, if you want to vent, take your phone, take a video of you venting, don't post it. Because just the backlash, what would you gain from social media? Who are the people on social media?
Your view will discuss it.
Yes, your view will discuss it, but that's not even what you want.
The blogs will
You
carry
just
it.
did it because you wanted to vent. And I understand that thing of wanting to vent. Sometimes you find people, they have an issue, they call a trusted friend, and they vent to that trusted friend. What betide you vent to an untrusted friend? You know that venting will be taken out and spread
Out
all
of
across.
proportion.
Because you know, a trusted friend understands, and she's saying it now because this is how she feels right now. She's not going to carry it out. She's just doing it, and they give you that time, you vent, and then you go. And you know that anything you have said in that moment, sealed and done, you put it on social media, where people were already waiting to see you break, waiting to see you fall apart, and you have now fed them their food. My sister,
And
you have made
you
the
have
wrong-
finished
yeah,
the matter.
you
So
have
for
finished
me,
it.
I was reading recently, and I just realized that there are different emotions that we go through as human beings with, you know, the circumstances around us when issues happen. And every human being has a time where they go through the low mood and the high mood. The high mood, when a situation happens, because you are in a high mood, the perception you use to view what has happened is different from when it happens when you're in a low mood. And it's advised that you do not take some decisions when you're in a low mood. You do not take certain decisions when you are upset. You do not take certain decisions when you are brooding, when you are depressed. You hold on to those decisions and take it when you have lightened up. You will see that you would have given a different, you know, meaning to what has happened. So what I would advise when you are feeling, you know, terrible, you need to vent, and there's nobody around you who you trust to listen to you, find the number of a therapist, the number of a counselor, the number of a life coach. Call them and tell them, I want to book a session because I need somebody to listen to me, and do all the venting you can do. A few days back, when they play back what you have said, you would even feel ashamed on some of those things that came out of you, because we will always have issues. They are what they call family secrets that people are not supposed to give out. But in anger, you can just expose everything that you can never take back.
Trudy, are you like, been here for a while? Trudy, you're live. Oh, I think I lost her. I'm so sorry.
So
let's take messages from Facebook.
To professionals is the right thing to do. But if you have... I do the unusual. I vent to my sisters-in-law, so I must shout out to them. If I have an issue, I can call my sisters-in-law and vent, and the matter dies between the two of us, and they take an extra step to ensure that I'm happy.
Yes.
So you can be that person out there and be like that to your wife. But let me just take this with Tubes. Zainab Naria says, Two-Face didn't put boundaries, so also didn't Pero. Ebele Wanfo says, the truth is that Annie should look inwards. A married and and married, if I have serious, okay, I'm married, if I have serious issues with my husband, none of his siblings support him, how can the whole house be against you? That's a serious one.
Besides the whole house? Yeah, it seems like, Idibia Oluwaseun says, Pero has 3 kids for Two-Face. For Christ's sake, they are both entitled to Two-Face. Shade Ponle says, let's forget about Doris Simeon and her son David. She had to distance herself from Daniel, her ex-husband, but she's still close to her son. And you should know that she's not the only one involved.
So that one puts boundaries
in Two-Face's life.
And he moved on.
Yeah, Rolake says, I wonder why women always think a man belongs to them. The man only belongs to you as long as you know. Women should respect themselves and accept whatever comes their way.
Men feel
because
women
if you
belong
die
to them
fighting for a man, you'll regret it.
That CEO says, I feel the baby mama is wrong for their act. If a man has picked a wife already, the baby mama should excuse themselves.
Stay your lane. I mean, if I were the person in the US, maybe the kids come over, respectfully, I'll get a different flat. Okay, my kids are there hanging out. I see my children all the time. So I will find a different place out of respect.
What is it that women also find it hard? A man even comes with his bad behavior and says, I want to sleep here tonight. And then you cannot walk him out.
Yes, you get out. You are there. Plenty women. Get out. Exactly. I'm like, go and get a hotel room.
If the woman
because
has moved
it shows that woman is having respect for herself. So let's talk to that. Let's talk to that. She hasn't moved on.
Before we talk to that, let's talk to the people living with him.
Okay.
Let's talk to the third parties in the marriage. Okay. Unfortunately, in this story, we have family members from her side, family members from his side living in the house.
No, that one is not mine. Family members living in people's houses.
There's a way you comport yourself.
When you're living in the house?
Yes.
Okay.
And you live in whose house? Your
brother's house. Why? I can understand mother, father. I cannot understand brother and sister. Except you are a minor. If you have reached adulthood, find a place for them to live. And if you live there, please be discreet. Disappear. In fact,
give them space.
Disappear. Don't let anybody see you. Don't get in their issues. Give them space. Not so much knowledge. I want to take a call, but you see.
Good morning. Are you there? Hello. Yes, you're live. Go ahead, please. Morning, Neka.
Okay. Please, I want to add to what I don't know if it was that said about seeing a therapist. You could, a woman in this situation, if you know you want to go, she can just take a journal, at least, to write down whatever you're feeling. Then, a man who respects his wife would not put himself to the situation as to take down his wife's mind. This is simple. Before you go to that vacation, make arrangements. Rent another place 20 times with the kids. I feel he can afford that. You do that. If you have respect, the little bit of respect for her, you put up this arrangement in order to move every iota of doubt from the house of your wife. Except he doesn't care how she feels or feels. I don't want to judge her based on how she got her story social media. But then again, I can understand why, but bringing it to family is bad.
Thank you very much, Neka. So there's a part, because we have very little time left, that part of the other woman.
Who hasn't moved
on. So you're
a
woman, you have 3 children for a man who has chosen to marry somebody else.
You're not supposed to
move on. I know 3 children is a lot. I mean, she's not
it's not easy.
We have 3. So it's like, but how realistic is it for someone like me? I have a child, I have 3 children for a woman who has married Mariam. How do I move on?
For me, I would even be upset that you left me and married somebody else. I won't talk to you again for the rest of my life. That's
I'll be vexing.
Yes, but it doesn't work like that for everybody. There are people who, because the truth is we don't know exactly what happened in that relationship that they had and the reason why he did not marry her. So they could have had this back and forth. There are some people's relationship that has to be turbulence for them to feel is real love. They call it a flame something. I can't remember the exact words now. But then they may still both have the feelings, but probably because of one character flaw or something, they are not able to be together. Every time they see themselves, they feel it's an opportunity to just connect. We can't live together, but we can run things. So they may be in that space. The man in question needs to put his foot down if he's not enjoying it, because the truth is he may just be having fun, just be playing with two of them. It's an opportunity for me. Exactly. It's an opportunity for me to enjoy here and enjoy here. Goosey here, okra here, and I'm moving on. But if he's sincere, a woman who is still emotionally connected to you, it's your job as a man to say no. This is not going to happen again. You know what? Stay in that place. I'll stay in. Next time, I'm not coming, no. And threaten her
and
now.
Even for the baby mama out there, too, in order to move on and for other people to see you, they also need to know that you're available mentally, emotionally, and physically. They cannot be seeing and hearing story of you inside and outside this man's business. That's for people outside. They are looking to you. They want a committed relationship, but they are not sure where you stand. Here you are in this person's marriage. You are inside today. You are outside today. You are not emotionally available because when they sit down and take you out on dates, all you talk about is this ex-person from many years ago. You don't leave yourself open for relationships to happen.
This man might be a weak man because, you see, he's still feeling pity that, she has 3 children for me. How will she marry again? Maybe nobody will. Let me just be that person for her.
Why you don't marry her?
There's that sense of, I still feel I'm responsible for her happiness.
Then marry her. Marry her. Put her inside your house.
Polygamy is illegal.
Illegal how?
No, in Nigeria. No, it's
not illegal.
You go and do traditional. But you do traditional. You won't do court.
But we do it in Nigeria. No, we do. Then you now sit everybody out. You sit everybody down and say, we have decided we're doing traditional wedding.
So then when she comes in, will she not be first or second wed?
She'll be second now.
It doesn't matter.
Because
now she first get elder children.
Don't be the only monogamous person.
Let me take this call. Let me pause you for a second. I want to hear your point.
Don't be the only what?
Hello, good morning. Are you there, Andy?
Yeah.
All right, you walk back on. Andy, are you there?
Hello, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, ladies. This is Andy from UK.
Yes. Good morning.
I've been listening to your conversation, and the conversation today is a very interesting one. And I just have a little to contribute to this. Regarding the issue of this baby mama or the baby father, whatever they call it. So you can understand that the lady that have a child with a DJ, he set a trap for him by not marrying another man. So if, according to our saying, the road you have passed before, even if you close your eyes, you can still pass it through. So did they have once passed through that road? Any day, anytime you see that person, the road is still clear for you to pass. It is sense that that lady, she's setting a trap for the father. If she marry another person, I don't think the day we have the right to go to her house to sleep or to do whatever thing she want to do with her. So for the one at home, he knew what he's expecting, what she's anticipating in that relationship, that one day something must surely happen.
Ew.
Because of the child that is bounding the two of them, the baby and the baby mama together.
All right.
For that simple reason, she has to take heart and bear whatever things that come out of that relationship.
Thank you, Andy. Nima, we've not talked about the children involved in this matter. Because you see, there was an initial turbulence of who is mommy, who is daddy, who is marrying, whatever. And then that happened. There seemed to be a proper structure in place. Okay, somebody's in the US, somebody is this, daddy has a proper family now, and we know where everybody is. But with this back and forth, so the irrationality of posting this kind of stuff on social media puts the children in that light where they're not confused. So yes, don't do things when you're angry, because there are other, as a family and they're adults, there are children involved in this, and they have friends. They have friends where they're talking about this stuff. So we as mothers and fathers, we must take responsibility in our actions. Don't let your action be when you are most angry, because at that time you can be irrational.
Yeah, and being an adult, being a father or a mother takes you away from being selfish 100% of the time. So now you are not supposed to just be thinking about yourself and how exactly I feel and how I want to throw off my shoes and jump up and do this and show them that I have power. You also be thinking about the effect of your actions on your children, the effect of your actions on your family members. But in this case, unfortunately, it seems like even her own family members are not even there to like give her a cushion for whatever she's going through. How dare you come out to say, I'm disowning you, I'm not aware. Even if she's a killer, even if she's a terrible human being, the fact that she's going through whatever it is she claims she's going through, because we don't have a right to invalidate another person's feeling. She's the one going through it, and she has the right to say, this is what I'm feeling, I'm not good with this. Can't we even try as much as possible to support those sort of people?
Shut up.
Or keep quiet.
That's it. Shut up.
Or keep quiet.
If you have nothing nice
We
to
need
say,
to do more as
quiet.
family members.
There's the part of what I said earlier, don't be the only monogamous person in your relationship. So your realities, our realities are different. Our realities are different.
It's dumb. That's the Igbo lifestyle. It's me and my husband.
No,
me
you
myself,
have your Ruka wife and you know,
and you are alone.
You know, and you make these conversations, let these things worry you. This man and the baby mama are obviously polygamists. They don't care what documents he signed with you. You know, and if he's not going to take a clear decision, like Doris Simon's case, he divorced her. He moved on with another woman. You know, if he doesn't want to take a clear decision of breaking off this relationship and structuring custody and co-parenting, there are ways they structure it.
Yeah.
And as long as it is not well structured, they're in a polygamy, and you must understand it. So you know what you are now, because you are back to that information, you know what your demands are and how you want to clear yourself. Either you want to take it the extreme and cause a divorce so that all of you are now outside. Because you see these younger ones now, the two of them that are reigning. You will see them, they are baby mama in everywhere. They are not settling down.
Who is that one again?
The two that they are watching the things that are happening to people that are committed.
Okay.
And saying they'd rather avoid it.
Talking about the children, all these cruel career movements, the children don't even like it either. Where they are wondering, okay, daddy comes at night, and then first in the morning he's off, and then we see him on social media with, you know, the other person.
Family.
It breeds hatred for the children. Now start having some sort of animosity towards each other. Like, so why is daddy not in my house? But if the children already understand, this daddy is married to this person. Mommy and daddy used to be together, but now we have moved on. Here we are. They understand. Children like structure.
Yeah.
So when they understand how to now respect everybody. But all this bad behavior, entering and hiding and even the children, yes. So let's think about that as well.
Okay, we have to wrap up, guys. I think we've done justice to this topic. Any final words, Nima?
Yeah, my heart goes out to her. I think she's not well. I think she needs counseling and she needs help of the women around her. They've done it before. Somebody should talk to her so that she's in control of her emotions and how the decisions she makes further. Whatever decision she makes, she owns it, and you know, social media cannot help.
I think all the family members need to have a meeting. They need to talk to themselves. If there are any adults, any elders in that family, this is the time for them to step in and ensure that there is peace. Everybody should state their mind. This is what I want, this is what will work for me, and we find a way to meet each other halfway.
Yeah, and for me, for her, in her quiet place, she should tell herself the truth. She now understands exactly what the position is, and she should act accordingly in a way that will bring her peace of mind.
And for me, I feel that the real factor in this situation is the man involved. You must take charge. That's what a man's supposed to do. Be a leader. Lead. Create the structure. Be clear what you want. You have to be very crystal clear what you are, who does what, and what you want your family to achieve. Once the man in the picture lacks leadership, everything else falls apart. That's how I see it. All right, have a fabulous weekend. See you Monday. Bye for now.
Rainy weekend.